I'm Carl, and you're watching the Coffee Blowing Channel.
Welcome back to another episode of Retired Gems. So this week we got two cool stories. So every time I do a Retired Gems episode, I like to give the story of how I got into getting the ball. So like every Retired Gems ball that I have has some wild story behind it. So these two I've just kind of had forever, but the cool story behind them is that I've had them and they've been super influential in my youth bowling career. I had $2.99 with this ball in one of my first ever adult tournaments, and it was pretty cool. And then this ball was used by my coach Craig Hansen, who made Team USA trials with this ball at that event. And then he ended up giving it to me, and I ended up having several, good tournaments with it. And then I ended up bowling a 300 in Team USA trials with this exact ball several years later in the same event. So I thought that was pretty crazy. But yeah, I still think these balls are actually really good. Nowadays, these covers are going to be just really weak in comparison to how much oil is going to be out in the lane. So it's going to be interesting to see, they're going to be cleaner than, what they advertised originally. Like this ball was made to be continuous, and also the same thing with this ball. This was ball, the C back then stood for continuation. So I don't know. These balls were always ones I liked on the surface, so we'll see. I'll take them on the lane, show you guys how they roll, and let me know in the comments which one you think is better. We have the 715C. I'm going to do live action. I'm going to do a couple shots with each ball, and then I'm going to cut to some highlight shots. So the 715C, this is like leftover league oil from last night, which is still pretty fresh, but I mean, this house hooks a lot. This ball is incredibly slow and might actually still be useful on some of the shorter oil patterns now, but I'm actually really impressed with this thing. I mean, you can see it's just slow and continuous. Well, I don't know if it's like super continuous. It's got kind of a hook stop layout for me. Like it gets into the flare and just does its thing. But all right, so that was me getting on the side of it a little bit. Watch how this ball smooths out if you start pointing that ball roll direction a little more end over end. So that was on 35. I'm gonna move to 32 with my feet, just so you guys can see just how much less it'll hook. You see how it'll smoothen out? So, all right, moving on to the next ball, the 505C. This is the one that had a 300 in Team USA trials, and Craig made the adult Team USA with it as well. So, check this one out. This ball is hooking a ridiculous amount. It's showing no signs of any oil left in the cover or anything like that. I'm going all the way into 35 with my feet, and I'm still gonna roll it forward. And it is not slow in any way. This ball is pretty impressive. Yeah, it makes me makes me wonder. She didn't understand we were filming. It's all right. But it makes me wonder, these bowling balls, are they, do we really need all this new technology? Like, these bowling balls are still hooking a ton. This is a 505C from, I can't even remember how long ago. I think it's at least 10 years now. It's like 2005. This is pre-2010 potential. Or right at 2010, but you guys, I'll snap my hand way around on it this time, and you'll see this ball come alive wildly. Yeah, pretty crazy. So obviously I'm going to show these balls off a little bit more. I'm going to show you some more highlight shots, and you can watch them go down the lane even more, and let me know which one you think is better. Now that you saw them go down the lane, what did you think of the 505C? What did you think of the 715C? Have you guys had these balls before? Do you like to throw them? I don't know. Got any other recommendations on old track balls that I should try to find and do a Retired Gems episode on? Let me know.